course, here today, the Socceroos play Everton, the champions of England, and they'll be playing for this beautiful trophy, worth about $1,000, I believe. It's called the Nissan Challenge Cup, and there is $1,000, or $10,000, should I say, in prize money at stake as well. With me are the two captains, Kevin Ratcliffe of Everton and Charlie Yankos, the Australian skipper as well. Kevin, I don't expect you know too much about the Australians yet, but your team is in good shape. You had two what looked like fairly easy victories in New Zealand on way here.
Yeah, they were very enjoyable games, but then again, we realised that this was going to be the hardest of the lot of the games that we've come away to play, and we're just ready for them, yes.
The entertainment value of tonight's game perhaps a little bit dampened by the prize money at stake. It will be what we would say here, fair income tonight.
Well, we've come over to entertain. I think that's what we're going to try and do anyway. I mean, our first and almost is to win the game, but hopefully if you can hear me above this,
I can.
Try and give you a good show as well.
All right, Kevin, it's a tough test for you, Charlie. Your first outing of the year is against a team such as this. It's not exactly a warm-up game, is it?
Certainly isn't. It's probably one of the hardest games that we're going to encounter this year, definitely. The Everton team obviously have got a lot of, I suppose, credibility behind them. They've just won the league and they're going to be a very hard opposition. But we're still going to go out there and do what we do best, and that's compete, and we're going to give it our best shot today.
The sudden illness to Paul Wade this afternoon, was that a bit of a blow for you?
Well, it certainly is a blow, especially when you're preparing for such a big game. However, we've got a great bunch of lads and a good reserve lot that can just come in and fill in, so hopefully we won't be dampened that much.
All right, Kevin, best of luck to you. Best of luck to you, Charlie. Let's have a good game. Thank you very much. Okay, so the team's out on the park and ready to get ready for the kickoff, in fact. So let's check those lineups now with our commentator, Mike Hill.
Well, thanks, Les. There's the Australian side warming up, and let's have a look at the final team lineup. Frank Rock was forced to make one change very late today when Paul Wade was taken sick at lunchtime. The player coming in wearing the number 15 shirt is Alan Davidson. Otherwise, it's the Australian side that did so well at the end of 1986 on the tour of China and also in the two matches against New Zealand. Everton come here as the Football League champions, and 7 of these players are internationals. In fact, the first 6 in that lineup, meaning their defence and their midfield player of Peter Reid, all regularly play for their country. Gary Stevens is the current England fullback, was in the England side just a couple of weeks ago at Wembley in the match against Brazil. Our referee today is Mr. Chris Bambridge, FIFA official who comes from Melbourne. It's 12 months to the day that Chris Bambridge was in Mexico for the World Cup finals, officiating in the match between Brazil and Spain. Well, joining me tonight is Johnny Warren, former Australian international skipper. And Johnny, what an occasion for the Socceroos.
Yeah, tremendous honour for them to play the English champions. There's a lot of talk that top clubs come here and not 100%, but I think some spies, if you like, within earshot of the team talk of Howard Kendall before the game dispel those rumours here. It was a very, very inspiring sort of talk. They're very worried about the attacking prowess of Calancis and Arnold in particular. But a great honour for the Socceroos and a first step, of course, towards this big tournament coming up in Korea for them. So a great occasion, a great crowd, and let's hope that the game now lives up to expectations.
Check of the watches from referee Chris Bambridge. Check with the 2 linesmen. And the English League champions Everton, the blue shirts, the white shorts, get us underway. They're kicking from right to left in the first half. I should say left to right. So Kevin Ratcliffe, the skipper. Also the Welsh international skipper with a long ball forward. The chase there by Adrian Heath. Will be policed tonight by Wally Shavor, Australian player from the Sydney Croatia club. Everton have had a couple of comfortable victories already on this end of season tour. And now Everton, now in the first attack. Away there by Robbie Dunn. His father is Peter Reid, just lifting that one over the Australian defence. A couple of players caught offside. Adrian Heath, such a fast player, who started his career with Stoke City. He's had a good season, scoring 14 goals in the English Football League. The big crowd here at Olympic Park tonight. Certainly the Australians getting tremendous support, as they did here in 1985 in the World Cup clash against Scotland. Charlie Yankos, the Australian skipper, just playing it back. So Jeff Olver. Certainly Jeff Olver will appreciate getting an early touch of the match ball. Good long clearance. Looking for Frank Farina on that far side. The Everton bench. Manager. Second from the right, Howard Kendall. The Australian bench. Plenty of substitutes there tonight. Macrino, Alan Hunter. Now Davidson on that far side. Graham Arnold up in support. This is Arnold. That was Skopoulos getting that one in quickly. Insist coming at the far post. Away there by Van der Hout. Now Graham Jennings. Ball goes out of play, so Australia get the first corner of the evening. Came off of Gary Stevens. Certainly Everton tonight with plenty of support. Certainly the Everton supporters have had plenty to cheer about in the last 3 years. They lived for so long in the shadow of Liverpool. Peter Skopoulos with the corner for Australia. Far post ball. Davidson just hooking that one back in. Away for a goal kick. 7 minutes gone, still no score, but a good positive opening, John, from the Australians.
Yeah, perhaps a little bit tentative, which is understandable. I mean, they have amazing respect for the English professional players, particularly a club like Everton. You know, they see them so often on TV and admire their achievements so much. I feel they've probably been a little bit tentative so far. They're just keen to get a feel of the ball, perhaps feel their way into this game.
Davidson forward. Is this trying to go on the right side of the defence? It's touched back eventually by Dave Watson. Who came in so successfully last season, deputised for the injured Neville Southall. His place, in fact, for last season's FA Cup final. Off the head of Wally Shavora, throw to Everton. Gary Stevens with the throw. Now Reid. Stevens again. Now Stephen. Space on that far side now, quickly closed down. Australia there, defending desperately. Still not been able to get it away. As Adrian Heath is brought down right on the edge of the penalty area. This is certainly where Everton will miss the services of Kevin Sheedy. Referee Chris Bambridge. Liking some of the comments passed by the Australian players for giving that free kick. Two players over the ball at the moment as Everton decide what they're going to do. Bambridge trying to get the Australian wall back down. Required 10 paces. Referee not satisfied. So Gary Stevens, Peter Reid over the ball. There's Kevin Ratcliffe. Frank Farina there broke from the Australian line. But 2 yards away and the ball still hadn't been played. So Ratcliffe against the wall. Now Reid sprinting it wide. Van der Hout. Stopped there by Raskopoulos. Throw for Everton. Van der Hout, 26 years old, had the distinction of scoring a goal against Norwich that ensured that Everton will win the English League Championship. It was Trevor Stephen, an international who's failed to keep that one in. So Alan Hunter, pointing a few things out to some of his fellow substitutes on the Australian bench. Kalensis. Skopoulos. Throw goes to Australia. Chris Kalensis and Gary Stevens. Already beginning to know each other very well. With 12 minutes gone. Bobby Dunn. Now McDowell. Arnold. Trying to switch play. Pointer was in quickly. Shavor beats Heath in the air. Skopoulos. Chris Calensis didn't make a run. Scott was there expecting his Sydney Olympic teammate. Trying to get behind the Everton defence. Ratcliffe. Now Peter Reid. Certainly the change in Everton fortunes coincided with the arrival of Peter Reid from Bolton Wanderers. So Australia get a throw on the far side. Taken by Alan Davidson. Davidson again winning that challenge in the air. Davidson took a deflection, took a touch in fact off the Everton player. Throw goes to the Socceroos. And Davidson there trying to steal an extra couple of yards. Chris Bamridge still not happy. The throw retaken. Bamridge, 40 years old, office manager. They're in Melbourne. Some pushing that time. Free kick again to the Socceroos. So Gary McDowell's moved forward, so is Robbie Dunn. Davidson. Dave Watson winning that challenge in the air. McDowell. Yankos. Van der Helm turning that one back to Bobby Mims. Bobby Mims, England under-21 international. So 15 minutes gone in the first half. Australia 0, Everton 0. Now Ratcliffe. Adrian Heath. Players forward. Came off the head of Charlie Yankos. Graham Jennings does well. Stops it going for a corner, but has to concede the throw-in. So Pat Van der Helm. Throw specialist. Away there by Charlie Yankos. Screws with nobody forward at the moment. Now they can come out quickly. Poynton hooks it forward. Snowden. Stopped there by Wally Chavot. Davidson. Snowden again. Away this time by Charlie Yankos. Now Graham Arnold. Playing that one inside to Farina. Corners Peter Reid was the player chasing back. Reid. Poynton. Just found to keep it in on that far side. Throw again to the Winfield Socceroos. Davison, such an experienced player. His 46th appearance tonight in the green and gold. Watson wins that challenge against Calensis. Now trying to switch it wide quickly. He breaks down. Now Trevor Stephen. Reid. Down there, caught by Peter Reid. Referee Chris Bamridge having a quick word with Gary McDowell for that challenge. Reid, who's come into this match with a strike, slightly strained the calf muscle. Certainly that won't have done it any good. Kevin Ratcliffe. Right there by Robbie Dunn. Now Arnold. Arnold trying to play that one through. Freeman, in fact, to run into an offside position anyway. Play on. Now Reid. Snowden. Heath. Snowden again. For Gary Stevens, who had moved up. So the Everton fullback was coming forward, Gary Stevens. He scored a couple of goals this season. Certainly the crowd in good voice tonight. Still 18 minutes gone. Those goals. Certainly, John, it's opened up in a very positive fashion.
Well, Australia would be pleased in one aspect of the game, and that is that they're restricting Everton, they're restricting their attacking space, and in a defensive manner are doing a first-class job. But where they need to improve their game at the moment is to spend more time on the ball. They tend tend to, once they win possession, be giving it away too easily, and for them to create something, they have to spend time with the ball. That's the aspect they've really got to improve at this stage.
Now Raskopoulos. Raskopoulos again. Way there from Van der Hout. Still Raskopoulos. We'll run into an offside position. Referee again weighs play on as Ratcliffe gets it away for Everton. For Wally Chavot. Throw to Everton on the far side. Taken there by Neil Poynton. Now Ratcliffe. Reid. Reid, the playmaker of this Everton side. Starts with Peter Reid. Skills there from the big Australian defender. Davidson. Now Yankos. Raskopoulos. Raskopoulos. Slowly running the ball again. And this is Trevor Stephen. Charlie Yankos concedes the corner. And Snowden was the player coming through. Released there by Trevor Stephen. So the Everton bench. A few players out tonight through injury. Corners quickly taken. Swallow cross, way there by Gary McDowell. Now Calensis. Reid. Now Gary Stevens. Now Stevens. Post ball, the header. Safely taken there by Jeff Olver. Trevor Stevens was the player who met it. Gary Stevens, such a good crosser of the ball. Stevens, England fullback. There by the England winger, Trevor Stephen. Farina, who's been in goal scoring form this season for his club, Marconi. Peter Reid. By Ratcliffe. And Yankos. John, at the moment it seems Australia needs somebody to put their foot on the ball in the middle of the park.
Yeah, that was a perfect example, the pass there from Yankos. Australia's winning the ball back very consistently and very well, but we're giving it away too easily.
Now Heath. Come off for Jennings, bounces nicely for Heath again, getting that one across. Now Trevor Stephen. Still Stephen. Far post ball. In fact, the ball had gone out of play. Curled back in. Saying, John, that really got to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, I'd like to see Arnold perhaps drop a little bit into midfield and give them the numerical superiority in midfield so that they can build the attack up a little bit more and leave more space for Farina and Calansis to make some more penetrative runs than they are at the moment. Which, of course, is easier said than done, but it's really an aspect that Australia really have got to start to spend some time on the ball.
From Neil Poynton. Bobby Mims, who made 13 appearances for Everton this season. In the absence of Neville Southall. Done. And that one on the air. Throw on the far side to Everton. Poynton. Now Trevor Stephen. Up on the left. Has to go as a right winger. The throw goes to the Socceroos on the far side. I think that surprised Alan Davison. He kicked the ball away in disgust. These teams tonight playing for the Nissan Challenge Trophy plus $10,000 on a winner-take-all basis. Should the scores be tied after 90 minutes, trophy and the money will be decided on a penalty kick situation. One person not looking forward to that will be Jeff Olver. Wait. Now Gary Stevens, Raskopoulos. Ali Shavor. Yankos. It breaks down for Australia. Now Adrian Heath. Trevor Stephen. Gary Stevens. Now Reid. Ratcliffe. Now Watson. Pointing on that far side. Lifting that one forward. Snowden's the player who's made a run. Away there by Charlie Yankos. So let's cross quickly now to Carl Patterson.
Thanks, Mike. Well, Frank Horak not happy at all with the way the ball's coming out of defence. He wants Robbie Dunn involved much more. Of course, Charlie Yankos is struggling to find some teammates there, and he wants Robbie Dunn to give him a hand. And of course, Gary McDowell pushing into midfield has to sort his game out. The Everton bench happy with their start, but they want Gary Stevens on the right to sling over a few more crosses. Thanks, Mike. Back to you.
Alan Davison is the Australian player down, and Ian Snowden is the player who's been booked for that challenge. Ian Snowden, the player bought this season from Leeds United. It's the player who goes in the referee's book. $1.6 million he cost Everton. Here's the incident. The ball came across. It was happening in back play. And Alan Davison, the Australian player, down. Australia start warming up, a couple of sub. So Alan Davison back on his feet. Concern there from Eddie Thompson. Australia take a precaution and start warming up 2 subs. Oscar Crino and Alan Hunter, but Alan Davison now seeming to move quite freely. The free kick's been taken. Farina just putting that one on for Graham Arnold. Way there by Snowden. The last line of defence for the Socceroos, playing it forward quickly. Calensis now, chance to use his speed. Closely marked by Van der Hout. Calensis, dispossessed there by Peter Reid. Now Gary Stevens. Ian Snowden. In space on this near touchline. Van der Hout cross, way there by Yankos. Came off of Graham Jennings, so a corner for Everton. Lightning fast break there by Everton. Finger up there saying to Eddie Thompson what his players should be doing. Everton have got a corner. It'll be taken by Trevor Stephen. Getting that one in, away by Charlie Yankos. The corner conceded. Capacity crowd here tonight at Olympic Park. Coming in since 5:30. As Everton take a short corner. Now Trevor Stephen. Off Peter Escopoulos. So a throw this time to Everton. At Van der Hout. Ahead there, Robbie Dunn. By Davidson. Now Reid. Playing that one forward quickly. Van der Hout playing it all the way back to his skipper, Kevin Ratcliffe. And Sam plays it all the way back to his keeper, Bobby Mims. Certainly not pleasing the Australian fans. So now Jennings. Arnold. Scopoulos. Now Calensis. Calensis, Jennings is on the overlap. Calensis with the cross, safely taken though by Bobby Mims. Mims, who started his career at Rotherham. Safe goalkeeping there. There's Calensis though, good deep cross. Arnold was the player coming in. Van der Hout. Ratcliffe. Long ball forward, easily cut out though by Charlie Yankos. Again, as Johnny was saying, just a clearance anywhere from Charlie Yankos there, straight to an Everton player in fact. Now Farina. Forward by Davidson. Jordan, Australia guilty of just overhitting the ball all the time.
Well, in simple terms, they're not doing anything with the ball. There's hardly any passing sequences being put together, and without any passing sequences, you can't create anything. And that, in quite simple terms, is Australia's problem.
Now Kalensis. Easily cut out by Watson. Now Ratcliffe. And all the way back to Bobby Mims. Everton, who won the Football League Championship in England this season by 9 points from their old rivals Liverpool. The top goal scorer inside in the English First Division with 76 goals in 42 matches. He also had the best defensive record, only conceding 31 goals in those 42 matches. And Ratcliffe. Good turn from Heath. Closed down though by McDowell, away by Yankos. Now Watson. Throw for the Winfield Socceroos. As Cullen says, making his 9th appearance. That time being pushed by Pat van der Hal. Van der Hal, who was Belgian-born, 26 years old. Started his career with Birmingham City. Taking the free kick. Now Farina. Frank Farina. To the inside. Farina trying the shot. That took a deflection. So a corner for the Winfield Socceroos on that far side. Frank Farina. 6 goals so far this season for his club, Marconi. Cut inside there. Tried the shot. Finishes up well wide after taking the deflection. Kalensis with the corner. Safely taken though by Bobby Mims. Who stands 6'3". Certainly an awkward goalkeeper to get it past. Corner kick situation, so dominant in the air. So 30 minutes gone in this first half. Australia 0, Everton 0. Now Farina. Kalensis tries the shot, but the whistle had already gone. Australia's got a free kick. Just inside the Everton penalty area. So Everton now put everybody back. In fact, every Everton player now inside their own penalty area. So Kourouskopoulos has taken some free kicks in his time for Australia, and one remembers his free kick in Canton at the end of last season, which led to a heavy goal from Graham Arnold. So Charlie Yankos and Kourouskopoulos, the 2 players over the ball. Yankos tries to blast that one through the wall. It came off of Adrian Heath. And away for a corner. Lady Thompson. Franco up nearest the camera. Concerned, but still shouting out instructions. So Chris Kalensis. Robbie Dunn's taken up his position on the near post. Kalensis swinging this one in. Fisted away there by Bobby Mims. Kalensis again on the far side. Australia now with plenty of players forward. Away by Kevin Ratcliffe. Davidson. Getting off Snowden. And then hooked forward by Trevor Stephen. Only as far though as Charlie Yankos. That one forward for Davison to make the run through. Cool play there from Neil Poynton, all the way back to his keeper. Van der Hal. He lets that one go. Heath. And Gary Stevens. For Graham Jennings, a throw for Everton. back, still Adrian Heath getting that one across. Safely taken by Jeff Olver at the second attempt. It's Trevor Stephen, the player chasing through. Adrian Heath there. Adrian Heath was the player that whipped it across. Good goalkeeping there from Jeff Olver. Lifting that one forward, and Farina trying to get behind the defence, looking for the obstruction, and nothing given from referee Chris Bambridge. Defensive work there by Kevin Ratcliffe. As Trevor Stephen is caught on the far side by the challenge from Robbie Dunn, and Robbie Dunn's going to get a yellow card. I think Robbie Dunn there is still arguing about the charge on Frank Farina. Robbie Dunn. Second names to go in Chris Bambridge's book tonight. Still arguing the fact Robbie Dunn. Well, John, certainly from here it seemed that Frank Farina was impeded.
Yeah, it seemed it's a definite foul on Farina, as we see here. Perhaps Farina over-dramatised a little bit by his dive, if you like, but it still doesn't excuse Robbie Dunn. He's experienced enough now. You just simply can't talk to referees, irrespective of how justified his complaint was on that occasion.
So Everton have a free kick, taken there by Neil Poynton. Heath. Now Reed. Jennings, shot charge down. Safely through, though, to Jeff Olver. The clearances from Jeff Olver, looking there for Chris Cullensis. This is Pat van der Hout. Stopped by Chris Cullensis. Van der Hout. Chavor. Another throw for Everton. Taken by Trevor Stephen. Now Heath. Stephen. Trevor Stephen. Graham Arnold. Taking it up and all the way back to Jeff Olver. Searching ball, looking for Arnold. Now Cullensis trying the shot on the volley. Finishing up a few yards wide. Came very quickly there too, Chris Cullensis. Started with a long clearance out. Came off the side of the foot there of Chris Cullensis. Finishes up well wide. Chris Cullensis, who's been in good form this season for his club, Sydney Olympic. Score his second goal in the green and gold for Australia. Now Jennings. Heath. Snowden switching it wide off the head there of Alan Davidson. Good play there from Alan Davidson. Taking it away from the player and coming forward, and now picking out Frank Farina. Closed down, throw on the far side. So Davidson, not too many options at the moment. Picks out Farina. And Davidson again. Switching play, looking for Graham Jennings. Now Jennings. Jennings, such a good crosser of the ball. And that one into the near post. Dowland made a run through from deep. And now Chavor. Lifting it forward. Jennings has stayed forward. Now Cullensis. Get that one across as Gary Stevens made the challenge. Now Peter Reid. Stevens, call under pressure. This is Dave Watson. All international backline for Everton. Gary Stevens, Dave Watson of England, Pat van der Hout of Wales, and also the Welsh skipper Kevin Ratcliffe. And it's Ratcliffe playing that one forward, looking for Heath. Off the head there of Jennings. Gary Stevens has made a good run forward. Away by Robbie Dunn. Now Farina. Arnold. pushed in the back. A free kick for the Winfield Socceroos. Arnold, who's got a good scoring record in internationals. He scored in the last 5 international appearances for Australia. And waits for this free kick to be taken by Charlie Yankos. Looking for McDowell, who'd gone forward. Calensis. Gary Stevens was in there first. Jennings. Calensis. It's Calensis, and no luck tonight at all against Gary Stevens. Van der Hel, who's had a strong game. Central defensive role along with Dave Watson, Kevin Ratcliffe. Ariskopoulos. Coming in at the far post, just failing to get a touch. Farina, former Australian youth international and under 23 cap. Making his 33rd appearance. At the moment, not too much for those Everton fans to cheer about. Robbie Dunn gets that one forward. Now Farina. Davison on the far side. Davison. Now McDowell. Losing out that time. The loose ball picked up by Peter Reid. Now Trevor Stephen. Van der Hel leaving it for Heath. Now Van der Hel. Snowden. Trevor Stephen. From Van der Hel there. Easily cut out by Ariskopoulos. Help at the moment, Peter Ariskopoulos. Breaks down for the Socceroos, and now Trevor Stephen. Yankos has come across. Stephen playing that one inside, and Adrian Heath not getting the touch that he wanted. A let off there for the Winfield Socceroos. Adrian Heath, there was the opportunity. It was a good cross in. Played quickly there by Trevor Stephen. Adrian Heath so deadly round the box, not getting hold of that one at all. Scramble eventually picked up by Jeff Olver. And certainly, John, with about 4 minutes to go to half-time, there's still shades there that the Socceroos haven't really settled.
No, well, there's, in the defensive sense, they're doing a first-class job. They're restricting Everton to just a few half chances, or if we could call it 2 half chances that they've had. But it's when they're in possession of the ball, they're in trouble. In their last 35 possessions, they've only put together 59 passes, or less than 2 passes per possession, and that's simply not enough to create opportunities against a team like Everton. And that's an aspect I'm sure that coaches Arrock and Thompson will be trying to straighten out at half-time, whether that means maybe a change in the midfield. It's always easy to blame the midfield when you don't have possession of the ball, but the problem at the moment is that Australia's overplaying the midfield. So there are a few problems that Australia has to sort out when they're in possession of the ball.
So Wally Chavot with the free kick. Charged down there by Adrian Heath. Now Yankos. McDowell. Left that one in quickly. Farina. Again looking for the free kick. Now Peter Reid. Everton can be so dangerous. The quick breaks. Now Trevor Stephen. Gary Stevens has made a run forward. Now Reid. Snowden. Now Poynton. Alan Davison. So a throw on the far side to Everton. Everton now, who have been English champions 9 times of the First Division. As Adrian Heath hooks that one through. This is Trevor Stephen. Trying to play that one back. It falls nicely though for Frank Farina. Chance now to use his pace. Farina there was trying to pick out Chris Calensis. The pass went all astray. So in Snowden. Now Heath. Trevor Stephen. And Peter Ariskopoulos tied in up this time all the way back to Jeff Olver. Debut against China for Australia back in 1985. substitute in that game. As a warm-up, proved to be very vital with him being called up in the next game, which is the World Cup clash in Tel Aviv, and Terry Greedy was injured. Arnold, played that time by Poynton. Now Ratcliffe. Peter Reid. Snowden. Now Reid. In fact, Ratcliffe has made a dash forward. Now Peter Reid. Seems to have so much time on the ball for Everton. Pointing on that far side. Came off of Alan Davidson. So a throw for Everton. Now Ratcliffe. Trevor Stephen. Kick there from Farina. Trevor Stephen again, this time stopped by Robbie Dunn. Poynton picking up the loose ball. Poynton trying the shot right across the face of goal. Away by Graham Jennings. Now Calensis. Van der Haar was the player in quickly. Graham Jennings. Started his career as a left winger. Youth international level in that position. Davidson. Now watch now, we're playing stoppage time at the end of the first half. There can't be too much of that. Charlie Yankos plays it back to Jeff Olver. Well, certainly, John, I would think that Frank Rock would like to get the Australian team back in the dressing room now.
Same mood. It's a disappointment for the big crowd here. The game desperately needs a goal to open it up, and hopefully that's going to come quickly in the second half. But overall, a stalemate. Australia doing well in a defensive sense, but not enough when they're in possession of the ball.
So the first 45 minutes in scoreless. The half-time scoreline: Australia 0, Everton 0. Back out on the park, and Oscar Crino at the moment is still on the substitutes bench. So both sides will start the second half as they finish the first half with no changes. A check of the watch from Chris Bambridge and a check with his two linesmen. And Australia get the second half underway. Now kicking from left to right. Graham Jennings, it'll be interesting to see in these opening minutes. There have been any tactical changes, as we heard Eddie Thompson say. Played better through midfield. Now Chris Calensis swishing it wide and picking out Alan Davidson. Davidson. Good run this from Alan Davidson, sliding that one through. Took a touch from a defender. Safely fielded though by Bobby Mims. But a good run that from Alan Davidson. Took on defenders. Past Heath, slid that one through, touched back there by Dave Watson, safely fielded by Bobby Mims. Ollie Chavor with the headed clearance. Now Reid. Forward by Watson. Away by Yankos. Snowden. Van der Haar on that far side. Shot on the turn. For a corner. So Adrian Heath again showing his speed. Oscar Crino awaits his call on the Australian bench. In fact, Oscar Crino has just been told by Eddie Thompson to start warming up. But at the moment, Everton have a corner taken by Peter Reid. Back header safely taken by Jeff Olver. Dave Watson went up for that corner, got the back header in. No problems though for Jeff Olver. So away by Dunn. Now Chavor. Ollie Chavor playing on all the way back to Jeff Olver. Let's cross now to Carl Patterson on the sideline.
Thanks, Mike. Well, the news from the Australian bench is that Peter Raskopoulos is suffering from a reoccurrence of his back injury, and of course Oscar Crino warming up to come in as the camp, well, they're happy. They say that they've taken the game to the Socceroos. They want the Socceroos to come at them, make a game of it. They're also looking this half to get Trevor Stephen out on the right board to get those crosses in, which nearly resulted in that goal from Adrian Heath. Thanks, Mike. Back to you.
Davidson. That one through now. Raskopoulos. Who'll be coming off for Australia. And pulled back that time by Peter Reid. Free kick to the Winfield Socceroos. Taken by their skipper, Charlie Yankos. So Gary McDowell's moved forward. Dunn takes it and takes it short to Yankos. Trying to spread it wide. Stevens was the player in there quickly, and now Everton breaking through Peter Reid. Reid being hassled there by Raskopoulos. Trevor Stephen. Frank Farina chasing back with the intercept. Now Farina. And that one through into the path of Chris Calansis. Still Calansis trying to play that one through for McDowell. Still Gary McDowell. And now Graham Arnold. And that's come off of Kevin Ratcliffe and away for a corner. Started though with Calansis. Gary McDowell was well forward. Graham Arnold, the player, coming in last. Whips that one across the face of goal and off of Kevin Ratcliffe for a corner. So Chris Calansis with his corner for the Socceroos. And that one in, a glancing header by Gary McDowell is just wide. Gary McDowell, who scored his only goal for the Socceroos in their last appearance, and that was up in Shanghai against Shandong. So close here, good glancing header, finishing up wide. The Australian bench, second from the camera is Paul Wade, the player who was ruled out at lunchtime today. He was taken sick. Certainly he'll be a very disappointed young man. They're slipping as he go back. Farina. Arnold. McDowell again from a run from deep. Gary McDowell that time. Wrestling match with Kevin Ratcliffe. Gary McDowell not too impressed with that decision. McDowell, who was injured on Sunday playing for his club, South Melbourne. 12 stitches and a mouth wound. Still playing tonight with those stitches in. Peter Reid brings it out of defence for Everton. Now Van der Hel on that far side. And Stephen. Stevens had moved forward. Certainly they combine well. Right hand side. Now Reid. Watson. Kevin Ratcliffe. Way by Dunn. As far though as Trevor Stephen. Stephen getting that one across. This time by Davidson. Now Reid. Picking up the loose ball, Peter Reid. Snowden. Now Everall. Youngster that Kendall's brought into the side tonight. He's 17 years old. Scoring goals regularly, though, for the Everton reserve side. Now Farina. What does he try to go past Ian Snowden? Free kick for the Socceroos. Decision not pleasing the Australian bench. So a free kick. It's taken by Charlie Yankos. Yankos looking for Gary McDowell. Beaten in the air that time by Van der Hel. Trevor Stephen. Good back header into the path of Peter Reid. Everton now getting bodies forward quickly. Good run from Peter Reid. Still Reid. Came off of Peter Raskopoulos, so a corner for Everton. Good run there from the England midfielder. That would have pleased coach Howard Kendall. This corner's quickly taken. Now Trevor Stephen. Stephen, another corner. Challenge again coming from Raskopoulos. Trevor Stephen take the corner. Way by Dunn. Shot coming in quickly. Young John Eberl finishes up much too high. Dave Watson trots back as Everton now start to warm up a sub. And that is Alan Harper. He was Liverpool born. He was also on Liverpool books for some time. We've got to go in the red shirt. Moved across town to Goodison Park. Raskopoulos goes down after that challenge from Gary Stevens. Yankos. Kalantzis on that far side. Still Peter Raskopoulos is down, but Kalantzis can go forward now for the Socceroos. Still Kalantzis trying the shot. She's charged down, gets another bite of the cherry, hooks that one across. Away there by Neil Poynton. Now Van der Hau. Well, it's us on that far side with Chris Kalantzis. Australia at the moment reduced to effectively 10 men. There's the injured Peter Raskopoulos. It's Peter Reid bringing it forward for Everton. Now Davidson. Jeff Oliver will get this ball out of play so that Peter Raskopoulos can get some treatment. That's exactly what happens. So it seems now that Peter Raskopoulos will be coming off. Oscar Krina is the player to go on. Oscar Krina, who's played 34 times for Australia. Also made 13 appearances at youth international level. Scored 4 goals at youth level. 7 goals at senior Socceroo level. Certainly there, John, Peter Raskopoulos looking in quite a bad way.
Yeah, not in good shape at all. The report of the bad back injury, the recurrence of the injury is bad news on the eve of departure for Korea. But one wonders why the change wasn't made at half-time, because the report, Crino started to warm up almost immediately after. Welcome back to Oscar Crino. I think a positive thing for the Australian team so far, Mike, has been the performance of Alan Davidson. He's certainly looking the fittest we've seen him this year. Very sad year for him last year with back injury also and missing so many games. And coming back to the games, taking time to find his feet. But a very good performance, in my opinion, by him this evening, showing all the signs of returning to the Alan Davidson of old.
So Alan Harper is the player who's come on for Everton. He's replaced a 17-year-old, John Eberl. Seems now that Peter Raskopoulos will make his way to the sideline. Pedro Ruz, the physiotherapist, the Australian side, also the doctor of the Australian team, Dr. Brian Corrigan. Peter Raskopoulos not seeming too happy, John.
No, the tackle on him was a bit late.
You can see blood on the knees, but I think it's the other leg where the stud marks are showing down in front of the shin. That's caused the problem. So Oscar Crino is back to international soccer. His last game for the Socceroos was against Scotland on this ground back in December 1985. He will recommence with a throw to Everton, taken by Neil Poynton. Off the head there, Wally Shavor. Throw for Everton. And Harper, the player that's come on, made 34 appearances for Everton in the English season. It's just been completed. He scored 3 goals. At the moment, it's Frank Farina for the Winfield Socceroos. Now Oscar Crino. His first touch, trying to spread it wide for Jennings. Intercepted though by Trevor Stephen. Now Stephen play that one through. Gary Stevens had made a good run forward. Alan Davidson. Francis. Now Farina. Miles made a run through the middle. Francis back for Farina. Challenge came in from Neil Poynton. The throw goes to Australia. Poynton, 159 appearances for Scunthorpe. Before transferring to Everton in 1985. Davison takes the throw in for Australia. Pushing that one across. The header from Gary McDowell. Bobby Minns rolls it out. Let's cross now to Carl Patterson on the sideline.
Well, Mike Peteroskopoulos, as well as having a sore back now, has a nasty whack on the shin. He collected that just in the last moment of play before he came off, of course. For Everton, the substitution, John Ebril, the youngster, has come off. Alan Harper's come on. That is just a tactical move. Ebril is okay, and Everton quite happy with the way things are going. Back to you, Mike.
So now Everton. Now Heath. Substitute. Trying to slide that one through, looking for Trevor Stephen. Knows how to play a goal kick for Australia. Well, John, can you tell any difference in the Socceroos build-up in this?
Well, it's much better. I think in possession it couldn't have been any worse, but they're playing with a lot more composure, putting a lot more passes together now in the second half. I think they just need to be a little bit more positive because the game, I feel, is there for them if they can just start to be a little bit more positive in attack. With so much room now being created in midfield, this is a game that's made for Crino should he be back to his best.
Well, certainly Frank Arok will be expecting big things from Oscar Crino. His assistant there, Eddie Thompson. The Socceroos now got to face a corner to be taken by Alan Harper. That one in off the head of Robbie Dunn. Now Gary McDowell. Get that one way quickly on his far though as Harper. Now Van der Houw. Kevin Ratcliffe again. The sweeper's job to perfection. He's having time at the back. And done. Oscar Crino. And that one into space. There was nobody there though for the Socceroos. Peter Reid. He'll start to conjure something up from midfield for Everton. Heath, lovely touch off. McDowell playing that one back. This is Gary Stevens. Stevens, who's getting more and more forward in the second half than he did in the first. Now Reid. The Everton players seem to look for Peter Reid at every opportunity. Now Heath hooking that one across. Safely taken though by Jeff Olver. Adrian Heath, who came from Stoke City to Everton. Scored 9 goals this season. Mistake there by the Australian defence. Heath was in, hooked that one across, but safely taken by Jeff Olver. So 15 minutes gone in the second half. Australia 0, Everton 0. Snowden, and this follows Arnold. Done. Played into trouble, and this is Adrian Heath. Sending Trevor Stephen on his way on that far side. Everton now getting bodies forward quickly. Stephen trying to get that one across. Charged down by Charlie Yankos. Now Van der Houw. Off the head this time of Wally Chavor. Snowden. And just wide there from Ian Snowden. Already scored 1 goal for Everton, Ian Snowden. So close there to his second one in the blue shirt. Wasn't too far wide. That's the danger of Everton. Ian Snowden, the player who started his career at Doncaster, was taken from Doncaster to Leeds when Billy Bremner moved as manager. Of course, earlier this year by Everton. That's the danger of Ian Snowden, the midfielder. So Howard Kendall. How close that was. Kendall has a distinction of not only being a player with Everton when they won the championship in 1970, of course leading them as manager. Not too many people have done that. And Gary McDowell got forward and found a good position. His header finished up wide. Interesting tonight, John, that Gary McDowell is playing a lot further forward than we've ever seen him playing for the Socceroos before.
Yes, well, I would have expected McDowell to play at the back with Dunn as he has in the past, but the midfield role does suit him, especially when he plays just in that incident there where he drifts up as the fourth attacker, if you like, and so strong in the air. I mean, it's probably a more natural game for him to play.
Now Ratcliffe. Watson forward. Australia now start warming up. Charlie Villani. Charlie Villani, if he gets on tonight, will be making his debut for Australia. There's Callensis there having a dispute with Pat van der Hal. Referee waves play on. This is Trevor Stephen. Now van der Hal. Snowden. Reed. In fact, Trevor Stephen come into a midfield position. Now Heath. Good turn again from Adrian Heath, chipping that one across and just over the bar from Adrian Heath. Adrian Heath, such a prolific goal scorer. 14 in the season just completed. Again, he's a good player on the turn, good close control, trying to chip the keeper just over the bar. Certainly John Adrian Heath causing the Socceroos a few problems.
Well, a fabulous turn. They turn so quickly, or they have to turn so quickly to play up front in the English First Division. That was a perfect example of it.
Yankos. Good one there. It came off the back of Graham Arnold. Kevin Ratcliffe. Watson. Peter Reid finding space. That time quickly closed down though by Oscar Crino. Now Gary Stevens. Forward. In fact, it was Poynton who played that one forward. Trevor Stephen was the player appealing. Infringement, nothing given. Robbie Dunn tonight making his 18th appearance for Australia in the green and gold. He looks solid in the air tonight, Robbie Dunn. Australia get a throw-in on that far side. And Charlie Villani warming up, John. That'll be an interesting substitution.
Yeah, well, it could be any one of quite a few at the moment. But Villani hopefully will take on where he left off with his club last week, Adelaide City, when they beat Sydney Croatia in that really sensational West End National Soccer League match.
Just getting the boot in there as Australia now start warming up. Andrew Zinni and John Paul Camarini. So Neil Poynton with the throw. Again to Everton. Poynton. Now Reid. Poynton. Reid this time by Davidson. Watson slips, recovers quickly, hooks it forward. On his far low is Jennings. Now Snowden. Heath, lovely touch on to Trevor Stephen. Harper. Snowden. Snowden's coming more into this match in the second half. As Trevor Stephen tries a shot on the turn. No problems at all for Jeff Olver. Trevor Stephen. As this ball turns quickly. Shot all along the ground and safely taken there by Jeff Olver. And now Robbie Dunn. Toss. Adrian Heath, a throw for Australia. So while we wait for this throw in, this cross now to Carl Patterson.
Thanks, Mike. Well, of course, Charlie Villani warming up. The player coming off is going to be Gary McDowell, and Australia anxious to get Villani into more forward positions. McDowell, of course, has been more of a defensive player tonight, so that's a good thing. Australia's looking to attack Everton. Back to you, Mike.
So Quino nodding that one down, forward by McDowell. Gary Ratcliffe there, being pushed as he went up for that ball by Frank Farina. So a free kick for Everton. Well read there by Wally Shavor. Make a burst forward. Loses control. Now Peter Reid. Snowden. Ratcliffe. Came off of Oscar Crino. So throw again to Everton. Poynton. And now Gary Stevens. Now Heath. Reid. Such good understanding between Heath and Reid. Still Peter Reid. There by Yankos and now this is Oscar Crino. Dow's made a run forward. Calancis completely unmarked on that far side. Calancis. And that one in. Off the head there of Graham Arnold. Now Frank Farina. Farina trying the shot. And away there by Dave Watson. First chance for the Socceroos. And Frank Farina, supplier, trying to get that one across. Calancis here does so well. Good deep cross. It's a good header, in fact, from Graham Arnold. Trying to play that one down there into the path of Frank Farina. The ball always running away from him. Head to check. Tries to chip that one across. Away by Dave Watson. So a corner for Australia, taken by Calancis. And the header from Robbie Dunn. Australia take the lead. The goal coming 23 minutes into the second half. Robbie Dunn sends the Australian fans wild. Applause from the Australian bench. But Robbie Dunn, who's only previously scored 2 goals for the Socceroos, and they were both against Chinese Taipei back in 1985, breaks the deadlock tonight, and the Australian fans celebrate. So 23 minutes gone in the second half. Australia 1, Everton 0. Now Arnold. Still Graham Arnold. Farina. And that came off of Frank Farina. Away for a goal kick. And Johnny Warren. What a goal for the Socceroos.
Yeah, tremendous goal. Robbie Dunn has been so dominant in the air in the defensive sense. And now to put that one away, be over the moon about it.
Australia now wanting to make a substitution. And Gary McDowell is the player to come off.
And with Australia now putting on a more attacking player, this game now promises to liven up. Everton have got to do a lot to get back in it. And Australia are going to be in a very positive mood now with Villani on for McDowell.
So Charlie Villani comes on to make his debut for the Socceroos. Who now lead the English champions by a goal to 0. Now Heath. Still Adrian Heath. Trying to cut that one back. Away there by Graham Arnold. Back helping his defenders. Ratcliffe. Away by Davidson. To keep the ball in play. Gets it out of play though further upfield. Everton, who haven't been beaten since halfway through April when they were beaten by Liverpool in the Football League in England. Got a free kick against Wally Chabot. Adrian Heath there, showing all his professionalism, backing in there on Wally Chabot. So a free kick. Gary McDowell now on the Australian bench. He'll be disappointed he's been taken off. Such a competitor, Gary McDowell. Certainly the fans in Adelaide will be pleased to see the appearance of Charlie Villani. The Socceroos now have got to do some defending. Van der Hel. Moving across the Australian goal mouth. Howard Kendall, who's determined today that Everton would win this match. Certainly now showing some concern. Certainly those Australian fans will be delighted with the scoreline that shows that Australia lead by a goal to 0. Revolver. There's not too much to do in the second half. I would expect now that the English champions will really start to exert the pressure. Villani. First touch in international soccer. Quite an unlucky player, Charlie Villani. Found in a couple of the Australian youth squads through injury. Certainly when we were talking to him on Sunday, he wasn't counting his chickens before they were hatched as far as a senior Australian appearance went. Certainly he was relieved to get through last Sunday's match uninjured. He'll be absolutely delighted now to have made his debut. Now Harper. Trevor Stephen. Gary Stevens. Now Watson. Greeno. Now Charlie Villani. He had to hold up the ball there, Villani. Calancis had run into an offside position. Intelligent play there from Charlie Villani, but beaten that time by Alan Harper chasing back. I think the referee has actually given the free kick for the offside against Chris Calancis. Stevens, England fullback, to take this free kick. Well done. Greeno. Up by Dave Watson. Australian fans on the far side chanting "We are the champions." Still rather ambitious. 16 minutes left. Now Farina. Davidson. Say tremendous support down here in Melbourne for the Socceroos,
and tremendous to see too the Socceroo team, particularly the last World Cup campaign, and hopefully this one now with Olympic Games coming up and more World Cup elimination matches are going to get the support they deserve from the Australian sporting public.
Charlie Yankos reading the situation there to perfection and getting in there before Peter Reid. And Davison there making a slip. So then Charlie Yankos in trouble. Now Reid. Now Snowden. Good intercept by Davidson. Good call play, playing that one back to Jeff Olver. Certainly John Alan Davison tonight back to his brilliant best.
Well, certainly well on the way towards his brilliant best. It's been a long struggle for Davo. He was missed so much of last year, and no one was more delighted than myself to see him really being the player that we all know that he can be. Just there, Jeff Olver also really nice to see at half-time Mike Jack Riley, the Socceroo goalkeeper of 74, paying the ultimate tribute to Jeff Olver for all his persistence and hard work. And a goalkeeper that we must say, since he's donned the Australian shirts, hardly made a mistake.
So 30 minutes gone in this second half. Australia 1, Everton 0. Trevor Stephen whipping that one across, and Heath has equalised for Everton. The goal coming with 15 minutes left, and Adrian Heath gets the English League champions back on level terms. The Everton supporters now salute that man, Adrian Heath. The goal coming after 75 minutes. Trevor Stephen whips it across. Adrian Heath coming in on the blind side of Wally Chavor. Was that in the back of the net? 75 minutes gone. Australia 1, Everton 1. So 15 minutes left, John, and the scene now really set for
a tremendous finish. We almost joined them there, Mike, didn't we, by paying so many tributes. But really the extra speed of Heath in the finishing area, which is so decisive and you need to have to play at the highest of levels, was a decisive factor in pinching that goal.
Adrian Heath scored 14 in the English season just completed. Now the Socceroos, Calancis getting that one across, and Frank Farina just failed to get a touch. Disappointment there on the face of Frank Farina. Still trying to score his first goal for Australia at senior international level. Tonight making his 33rd appearance. Who scored for Australia at youth international level, 9 goals in 21 appearances. Also a couple of goals for Australia at under 23 level in just 5 appearances. Seems destined never to get his name on the score sheet at full international level. Everton now have a throw-in. Now Ratcliffe. Reed. Watson. Spotting it wide. Gary Stevens playing that one inside. Safely taken over by Oscar Prino. Now Yankos. Jennings. And Jennings there, stop. By Gary Stevens. And Jennings, who was involved in a penalty shootout last Wednesday evening for his club, Sydney, Croatia. And he actually managed to score, and he put it past the Socceroo keeper tonight, Jeff Olver. At the moment, just 12 minutes left. The scores remain the same. He'll be involved in another penalty shootout tonight. Graham Jennings with the throw. Ahead of Gary Stevens. Another throw for all the Winfield Socceroos. Jennings picking out Farina. Lifting that one forward. Looking for Farina. Way there by Van der Hau. Gary Stevens. Peter Reid. Seeming to find space and time, Peter Reid. Missed the balls that time from Ratcliffe. Now Carino. Emerson's made a run forward. Van der Hau was the player coming across. Certainly, John, another encouraging sign for the Socceroos is the way that Oscar Carino's come on and started stroking the ball around.
Well, it's an aspect of the game that they missed in the first half, and Carino's such an integral part of the last Socceroo team.
There's this. Villani. The shot coming in from Graham Arnold. Had a snap at his shot. Chris Cullen sits on that far side. He's starting to cause a few problems with those crosses. And this time it was Charlie Villani who climbed so well. Nodded it back across the face of goal. Overhead kick from Graham Arnold. Finishes up wide. Graham Arnold looking to extend his impressive record. Scoring in the last 4 international appearances. In both the games he played in China, so both the games against New Zealand. Play there from Graham Jennings. Graham Arnold back operating in midfield. Farina. Being forced back. There's a goal now, it's blocked. Farina there, losing out to Pat Van der Hau. Now Trevor Steven. Snowden. Gary Stevens. Everton now with plenty of players forward. Off the head there of Wally Shavor. Away by Yankos. Helped on its way by Oscar Carino. Now Harper. Reed. Peter Reed. Gary Stevens. Harper. Jim Heath again trying to make a turn. Time is blocked. Wally Shavor. Now Villani. Looking out Cullen. Sits on that far side. Harper. Way back to Bobby Mims. So look at the final 10 minutes. This Nissan Challenge Trophy. And the $10,000 for the winner tonight. This is Graham Arnold trying to play that one through, and a mix-up of signals there between Arnold and Cullen Sis. And Arnold there indicating he expected that Cullen Sis would move forward. It didn't happen, and now it's Peter Reid. Hinton from that far side. Reid. Such a highly respected player in England, John, and really we've seen that tonight. He always seems to have so much time and so much space. And here he comes again.
Well, having time and space is a good sign of any good player in any sport. But I think full marks to Everton. We've had so many disappointments from English club sides here in the past. They've come and really played at 100% tonight. The fact that they probably haven't entertained as much as a lot of the fans would like is due credit to the Socceroos, who really have restricted their attacking capabilities.
Snowden. Arnold in before Ratcliffe. Arnold trying to set that one wide. Calensis, well cut out though by Dave Watson. The big defender now can come forward. Harper. Now Heath, this is where he's so dangerous. Faced there by Wally Shabor, and this time stopped by Sydney Croatia fullback. Throw to the Socceroos on that far side. There's the Australian bench. And wonders now if Frank Harrop will make one more substitution. It has been agreed between both teams that 3 substitutes can be used tonight. Australia, of course, have used 2. Graham Jennings prepares to take this throw in. Switching it wide, now Davidson. Farina ahead, still Davidson. So playing that one straight to Pat Van der Hau. Davidson's now got to do some chasing back. Davidson makes the challenge on Neil Poynton. Illegally, says referee Chris Bambridge. Peter Reid. Heath. Beaten by Wally Shabor. Now Oscar Crino. Crino, still turning, skills there. Now Farina. Davidson. Davidson there needed too much time. And Trevor Stephen was in quickly, and this could be danger for the Socceroos. Still Trevor Stephen. Davidson chasing back, concedes the corner. Davidson. First mistake he's made tonight. He's got to do some defending. Everton now wanting to make another substitution. Derek Mountfield is the player to come on. Have to wait until this corner's taken. As a shot comes in from Neil Poynton and safely taken there by Jeff Olver. Poynton, who scored a goal last season in his 12 appearances, really latched onto this, fisted away there by Jeff Olver. Nicely taken by Poynton, safely taken though by Jeff Olver. So now Crino. Heath. Snowden, and that one to Reid. Reid was in quickly. It was nicely though for Charlie Yankos. Playing that one forward. Australia also going to make a substitution. Andrew Zinni's the player to come on. Now Chris Calensis. Still Calensis. Getting this one across. Away there by Kevin Ratcliffe. Calensis can't stop it going out of play on that far side. Throw quickly taken. Still both sides waiting to make another substitution. Graham Arnold. That one forward front, and Davison to chase. And Davison just failing to keep the ball in play. So Andrew Zinni is the player to come on for Australia. And the player to come off is Chris Calensis. Calensis goes off for Everton. Derek Mountford has come on, and Ian Snowden is the player that's gone off. Calensis goes off for Australia, and Andrew Zinni, who know this ground so well, playing for Brunswick Juventus. This, of course, being their home ground, is the player that comes on. So a good round of applause for Chris Calensis, such an exciting player. Still, sometimes it's very hard to believe he's still only 19 years old. Mountfield operated as a striker for Everton. Played that position in the matches in New Zealand and scored a goal against Christchurch in their 3-0 win. Everton now have the throw-in. Now Heath. Surrounded there by green and gold shirts. And Davison bringing it away, but giving it away there. Charlie Yankos tied in up. Now Crino. spreading it wide. Mountfield. Now Trevor Stephen. Trying the shot. Tipped away there by Jeff Olver. Trevor Stephen. That shot was on target. Denied by Jeff Olver. Brilliant save there from the Socceroo keeper. Trevor Stephen hit this one so sweetly. Good patient build-up by Everton. That was goal-bound and tipped away by Jeff Olver. The corner's taken. Now Trevor Stephen again. Harper. Now Peter Reid. Wide, looking for Gary Stevens. Control there from the fullback. Getting that one in. Watson. Now Mountfield. Away by Alan Davidson. Another corner for Everton. The English champions now putting on the pressure. With just about 90 seconds left. Desperation stuff now for the Winfield Socceroos. Harper with the corner, fisted away by Jeff Olver. Another corner for Everton. Concern now on the Australian bench. As Harper takes the corner. Floated in, fisted away there by Jeff Olver. Firm fist away there by the Australian keeper. Zini, though, was the only player forward. Everton come forward again. Now Trevor Stephen into the side netting. Everton have come here tonight as the English champions. Certainly tonight they've shown touches of their class. More so than this man, Trevor Stephen. That time the shot goes into the side netting. Everton, of course, who lived for so long in the shadow of Liverpool. There's always a standing joke. There was two good teams in Liverpool. One was Liverpool, the other one was Liverpool reserves. Everton had to put up with those taunts for 14 years. And certainly in the last 2 or 3 seasons, they've won the European Cup Winners' Cup, the FA Cup, English League Championship twice. At the moment they're being held to a 1-1 scoreline by the Winfield Socceroos. On our watch now, the 45-minute period is up for the second half. We're now into stoppage time. Gary Stevens. From Mountfield, Robbie Dunn in quickly for Australia. Throw to Everton. All eyes now on referee Chris Bambridge. Interesting to see how much time he does add on. The only injury of note was that to Peter Oskopoulos. Jeff Olver stops that one going for a corner. Jeff Olver having to wait now for players to get forward. The player on the run through, well read though by Charlie Yankos. Now forward for Frank Farina. Yankos. Ball goes out of play. Throw for Everton. Urgency now about their play. Harper. Easily cut out though by Robbie Dunn. Still Dunn. Trying to get that one forward. Looking for Andrew Zinni. Still Zinni being forced back. Done. And Jennings on that far side. So we haven't seen Graham Jennings in too much of an attacking role tonight. This is where he's so dangerous. Now Crino. The goal kick given. That's the correct decision that came off of Oscar Crino. Referee Chris Bambridge, who's controlled this game well tonight. The brow there from Howard Kendall. Last competitive match for Everton this, the 1986-87 season. Leave tomorrow. A well-deserved break in Hawaii. Kendall was saying before this match, there's a spot in the Goodison trophy cabinet for the Nissan Challenge Trophy. Seems It will be decided on a penalty kick situation. Referee Chris Bambridge is to end the 90 minutes. So that was the score after 90 minutes. Australia won, Everton won. Australia's goal from Robbie Dunn after 68 minutes. Everton getting back on level terms after 75 minutes from Adrian Heath. So all down now to penalty kicks. Both sides have to take 5. Well, Australia will take the first penalty, and it will be taken by Oscar Crino. So Oscar Crino, who came on early in the second half for the injured Peter Raskopoulos, is the player to take the first penalty. Faced there by Bobby Minns. So Oscar Crino, 1-0 to Australia. So Oscar Crino has scored. And there was a touch there of Brazilian. Touch there of Socrates.
I think Oscar would be upset to hear you say that, being of Argentinian heritage. But to take penalties, you really have to have an excellent temperament. And to take them like Crino just did, with a little shuffle, you have to have an even more better temperament.
First Everton penalty to be taken by Trevor Steven. Trevor Steven, 1-1. Trevor Steven, the England international. 49 appearances in the season just completed, scored 15 goals, sent Jeff over the wrong way. So after one penalty each, it's 1 goal apiece. Charlie Yankos this time for Australia. Charlie Yankos, who owns 2 goals for Australia, has been from the penalty spot, once against Juventus, once against Red Star. Champions of Yugoslavia, the champions of Italy. Now can he put one in past the champions of England? Yes, he can. Australia 2, Everton 1. Charlie Yankos placing that one perfectly, giving the keeper no chance. Adrian Heath steps up to take Everton's second penalty. So there's the score. Australia leading on penalties by 2-1. Adrian Heath, who scored the goal in regular time, has been denied by Jeff Olver. Adrian Heath, whose goal forced this match into a penalty shootout, is denied there by the Australian keeper, Jeff Olver. Olver gets the right way and keeps it out. So Alan Davison steps up for Australia. Pressure now on Bobby Mims. Australia need Alan Davison to put this one away. Take advantage of that fine save from Jeff Olver. So Alan Davison. And Davison scores. Australia 3, Everton 1 in the penalty shootout. Bobby Mims had no chance with that. Powerfully hit by Alan Davison. Goalkeeper went one way, the ball went the other. So Alan Harper. Australia 3, Everton 1 on the penalty kick situation. Alan Harper. And Jeff Olver saves that one as well. So Everton have missed 2 of their 3 penalties. And it means now if Frank Farina can score with the next one, Alan Harper there was the player denied by Jeff Olver. But it's all down now to Frank Farina. He's never scored for Australia at full international level. And here's his opportunity to score and ensure the Winfield Socceroos beat the English League champions Everton. 6 goals already this season for his club. Frank Farina scores, and Australia have defeated the English League champions Everton, and Australia will win the Nissan Challenge Trophy and the $10,000 prize. Frank Farina, the hero for Australia. Joy there from Frank Arok. And that's the goal that gives Australia the trophy. And the Australian fans start to celebrate. Jeff Olver, the hero for Australia, being hugged there by coach Frank Arok. And it'll be Charlie Yankos who steps forward to receive the Nissan Challenge Trophy and the cheque for $10,000. So that's the trophy. Charlie Yankos can't wait to get his hands on that. But that, John, must be some sort of record. 3 tournaments, 3 cups. I wonder if that's a good sign for Korea.
Well, we hope so. Charlie, as you say, 3 out of 3. And Frank Arok again in discussions with him felt that they were a good chance to make the semi-finals in the President's Cup. If they can get to that level, perhaps they can go on and win. Charlie can make it 4 out of 4. But full marks to the Socceroos, especially Jeff Olver, picking the right way twice. Once with an excellent save, the other one with the feet. And also full marks to those guys who have the temperament to step up in such a situation, like Davidson and company, and put those penalties away.
It was Australia who took the lead after 68 minutes from Robbie Dunn. That lead was only held for 7 minutes before Adrian Heath got Everton back on level terms. That's how the scoreline finished after 90 minutes. Australia won, Everton won. Australia winning on a penalty shootout situation by 4 goals to 1. So that's the final scoreline. Australia winning the Nissan Challenge Trophy.